Hello and happy Tuesday. Hello, Mr. Jeff. How are you tonight?
You know, you did much better today. The last couple of weeks we've done this. You got on and say happy, and then you forgot for a split second what day of the week it is. You were right into Tuesday today.
You would think I would get this down by now since we always do it on Tuesday. It's never been on another day.
No.
I'm just a little retarded sometimes. That's all.
No. Just a little. It's all right. We still love you.
Okay, good. So I know the first thing everybody is wondering about, Jeff, is the weather. Did we make it through snowpocalypse? So right now, I'm happy to say it's 53 and clear here in Somerville. It's going to be 43 tonight. No chance of freezing. You don't have to be in the warming shelter tonight. And tomorrow, there's a 7 in front of that number right there.
Nothing wrong with a 7 in front of the number.
I like that a lot.
So you called it snowpocalypse. I called it snowmageddon.
Snowmageddon. All right, we can go with that. I'm open.
I'm good either way.
Okay.
So how much snow did we get?
I measured 3 inches at my house. Like I went out with the ruler. I've got a picture of it and everything.
Okay.
So 3 inches is what we got. But up in Cross, I think that was the highest at 6 inches, which isn't that far away.
Which is less than we had in 2018.
Yeah.
I think it was more like 8 inches in 2018.
Yeah, I'd have to pull up the stats, but and look, there's no freezing. Oh, that's the hourly. Stand by. I know I have a 7 day. Look, there's no freezing temperatures anywhere in here.
That's
through February 4th. And it's really not going to be freezing for you because you're leaving me tomorrow.
I am. I don't want to. I mean, I do. I'm happy I'm going to hang out with the family for a couple days, but I can think of about 155 places I would rather go than where I'm going. We're going down to visit the mouse.
You love the mouse.
No, I don't. I like the mouse. I don't love the mouse. Like, I'll have a good time. And we're only going for a couple days. So what happened was 2 years ago, we were just going into the Magic Kingdom, and Riley got sick on the bus on the way to the Magic Kingdom, and she threw up in her sister's coat on the bus.
How awesome.
Yes, it was lovely. And so Disney was kind enough to give us 2 years to use those passes, and those passes expire on Friday. So we kept pushing it off. We were going to go last week, but then Snowmageddon hit. And so now we've got to go down, and when the park closes at 11 o'clock on Friday, they're done. So, and it is also our 26th wedding anniversary on Friday, I think, the 30th, whatever that day is. So we're going down to Disney. We'll say it's for our anniversary because that is where we went on our honeymoon.
Well, there was no chance you were not using those passes.
No.
At least if you were staying married to Andrea.
No. Right. Andrea Lee, letting Disney passes go to waste is not an option in this house.
Too funny. Well, tonight, first of all, we started these lives for you guys. We like to answer questions live for you about anything lifestyle, real estate in the Charleston, Somerville area and beyond. We're starting to to branch out from this area a little bit as well. So pop your question in there. We'll try to answer it. If we don't know it, we'll get back to you. Or you can just send us an email reminder at info@charlestonarealiving.com for any of your questions. Of course, we love to do Zoom calls as well. At the end of this video, you'll see a little QR code. You can scan that and book a Zoom call with us and get to all of our stuff. Yes, Mr. Greg.
I want to call a little praise upon you. We had somebody the other day that said, it was so easy to book a Zoom call. We just did exactly what you said. You clicked on the link and dropped in the calendar, and they said it was very, very helpful. So people are doing exactly what we asked them to do, and let's go ahead and book a Zoom call. And some of these are like, we've had a couple recently. We're like, hey, I'm just thinking about like 2 years from now when I retire.
Right.
And I think sometimes people are like, I don't want to bother Jeff and Mark. I'm not going to do it for 2 years. We want you to do that because then we can be sending you listings and getting you updates over the next couple of years so you can keep an eye on the market, and then you're ready to roll when it's time. And
we promise not to bombard you with emails. And, if you want it once a week, if you want it once a month, we'll set you up for sure. Heidi and Wes are on from Connecticut.
Hello, Connecticut. I bet it's not going to be 70 in Connecticut tomorrow.
I don't think so. They should definitely be here.
Yeah, they really should.
And so, we've got a bunch of information tonight. I don't know how much we'll get to, Jeff. I've got some Charleston economic stuff to go over. We've got our normal stats we can go over. We've got some deals coming up in some neighborhoods that we just heard of. We've got 2 videos coming out soon. One of them about some of the new stuff coming at downtown Nexton, and restaurant and Dunkin' Donuts just opened up in Nexton over by Harris Teeter. We've got all kinds of stuff to talk about, so I feel like we're easily going to fill the hour tonight. But of course, the most pressing is we want to answer your questions. So pop your questions down in the comments, and we'll get those answered for you for sure.
And later on, when you have your weekly quiz for me, I prepared a quiz for you this evening.
Oh, it doesn't work like that.
Well, see, here's the problem.
I do the quizzes. I'm the quiz guy.
You can mute me like anytime you want, so I just have to hope for the best, I guess, and you will allow me to give you the quiz. I'll give you a hint if you want to be thinking about it.
Okay.
It's a conversation that you and I have been having for about the last week.
Oh. Okay.
So you'll remember when I give it to you.
Yep. Heidi says that's the plan. Yep, we got to get you down.
It happened.
Yep. All right. So where do you want to go first? Let's talk a little economic news. Are you okay with that?
Sure.
All right. So did you know? Charleston economy has always been booming, but the biggest investment in the Charleston County history is about to happen. Boeing is revealing plans to expand its operation in Charleston County with a huge investment. Guess how much money?
$650.
A little more than that. $1 billion investment on infrastructure upgrades and its existing site, creating 500 new jobs in the next 5 years.
Nice.
Boeing's big around here, man.
Yeah. So I wonder if they are going to be, if they think they're going to be doing more of the Dreamliners. I think that's what they call the plane that they build here. Mm-hmm. Or if they're adding other planes in this market that they're going to be doing here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I did see on Facebook today, I think it was, that they have a, what do they do that where you go and you shadow a paid internship. Yes, thank you. And $17.50 an hour, and you can either go to the paint line or another line and learn all about it. I feel like that would be a good step in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you go in an internship and you're not a total screw up, you probably got a pretty good at getting the job there.
Yeah, I would think so too.
Although they start kind of early.
Yes.
I don't know if I could get up that early anymore. Well, not they have different shifts, but
24-hour shifts, right?
Yeah. I was talking to somebody the other day, and he was actually an office guy. He didn't work on the floor, but I think he was saying he got up at 4 o'clock to go into work, but then he was done by 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Do you like boats, Jeff?
I do like boats. I had a beautiful 28-foot pontoon boat with a lovely Honda engine on it up in Pittsburgh. And then I brought it down here, and we realized we were in a time of life that boating with two, 1-year-olds wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, and I got rid of it. But I know the boat show's coming up.
The Charleston boat dealer, Marine Max.
Okay.
They've been around for like 3 decades. They've begun work on their new showroom and recently broke ground on that facility in Daniel Island. The new facility will feature a 5,000 square foot interior showroom and 5,000 square foot canopy area. So
there's
multiple
boat builders here in town. There's them. There's Scout. There's another one I can't remember right now.
Right.
The Charleston, Somerville, even, but Charleston, big boat builders here.
Other news: Berkeley County's Henry E. Brown Jr. Boulevard. Their Phase 2 improvement project has substantial completion. $25 million project that improved 4 miles of the boulevard. So that's in between Goose Creek and Hanahan, that 4-lane road, Yep. And that thing was always backed up. I feel like they still need to do some improvements. I was through there a couple nights ago, and it was still backed up a little bit, but it was way better than it was for sure. So I think that's helped a lot.
A lot of new roads coming to the area.
Yes.
Finally catching up, taking care of little traffic problems.
Yep. Painting with a Twist has opened its 3rd South Carolina studio in Mount Pleasant. What else?
Twist is?
It's like where you paint and twist, I guess. I don't know.
You played Twister? You ever played Twister?
Charleston Airport saw a 1.5% increase in passenger traffic in 2024 holiday season over the 2023 holiday season. So I saw that, and then on a post, I saw a congratulations to Breeze, as Charleston is their number 1 destination for Breeze. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That doesn't surprise me. I've been really happy with Breeze.
Yeah.
They're going all up and down the East Coast here. It makes it really easy to get to Charleston from a lot of areas in one plane ride.
Yeah, so the people that came in town this week were from Manchester, New Hampshire. They said it wasn't as good as JetBlue, but it was okay. It was good. So to each their own, Some events coming. Southeastern Wildlife is one of this year's biggest events in Charleston. It'll be during the 14th through the 16th weekend.
Is that the one where they do like the dogs jumping in the long jump competition for the dogs?
All kinds of animals, like birds of prey. They have hawks demonstration out there,
and lots and lots of art I've seen.
Yes,
it's a big art scene down there. Lots of like sculptors, and it's pretty cool. But I love the dog jumping the best.
What else is going on around here? The Stingrays are back on the ice, February 8, 15, 16. There's a bunch of dates. So we got that, musicals, Schoolhouse Rock. The Footlight Players are doing that. Dock Street Theater will be doing the 39 Steps, and then the Glass something. So all kinds of shows and arts and all of that. Yes, Jeff.
Did you know that Blanton's is, I think, one of the big sponsors for the Stingrays?
I did not know that.
Yeah. The Blanton Mechanical, our HVAC company that we like.
Wait, does that mean we can get some good seats?
I don't know. Brandon Aaron, yeah. How about? Although I'm a little, I don't know if I ever told you my story. I was working as a medic up in Pittsburgh at the Civic Arena one time.
Oh yeah.
Final game, and this kid hit the boards really hard, and I knew I was going out because I was on duty that night. And so I was sitting in the penalty box. That's where like the medics sit. And so I go out on the ice, and it was just after they had Zamboni the ice, and I'm like, and I didn't fall because the place was packed, but I came as close to falling as you can without actually falling, and a couple of the big high school players came over and escorted me across the ice, but I almost did a header on the ice in the old Pittsburgh Civic Arena way back in the day. So I'm a little gun shy of ice rinks now.
That would be awful if the medic tried to go out and then you get knocked out.
It gets hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been awful. What else is going on? We got Romeo and Juliet, the Charleston Music Hall.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, my Romeo?
We've got 90s country at the Music Farm as well this month.
Hold up. Hey, speaking of country music, did you hear that Jelly Bean or Jelly Roll?
Brayton Lake?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that.
They did. So Mark and I, we went to Brandon Lake is a big Christian artist, and he lives here in Charleston, and actually goes to the church that I go to. And so we went down to one of his concerts, took the whole team down. But him and Jelly Roll they're doing a song together. And I think it's being released this week or next week.
That'll be interesting. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, they both got great voices, so I think it'll be a cool song.
And then did you like the circus when you were a kid?
I did.
You were scared.
I didn't love it. Like it was okay. You know, when I went to the circus, I like going to the circus back when it was a traveling circus to small towns. The circus used to come to Butler, Pennsylvania. And so I remember as a kid when it would go, and it would be up, I think it was at where the fire department is now. But anyway, I would go with my grandparents way back in the day, the small traveling circuses. That was a lot of fun.
Well, the Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus is coming to the Coliseum.
Did you know that they're animal free now?
Are they really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yep, they stopped using animals, so it's all like Cirque du Soleil kind of a thing. Pamela's afraid of clowns.
No clowns. Mental note: when Pamela comes, make sure there's no clowns around.
I bet you I'm going to tell you something you didn't know about me.
You were a clown.
I was.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Wait. I don't believe that.
No,
I don't believe you could not talk that long.
I'm not a mime. There's a difference between clowns and mimes. I was a clown when I was like...
Most clowns don't talk, right?
No. Bozo the clown, he talked. Mimes are the ones that don't talk. Everybody hates mimes. Only some people hate clowns.
Pam says, get out of here.
Get out of here. I was a clown when I was 14, 15. I was making good money. I could do balloon animals, magic tricks, and I would do kids' birthday parties. And at like 14, I was making like $100 an hour to go in and do a birthday party.
All right, so we've got to get you some balloons and have you do balloons on the live.
Oh, I could do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll order some off Amazon.
All right. Little recap of last year's Charleston real estate sales were about the same in 2024 as 2023. We kind of talked about that before. As everybody knows, mortgage rates have moved back to around the 7% level.
I just looked 707 today.
707? Okay. The Fed had predicted 3 cuts for 2025, but have now reduced that to 2. I'd be surprised if we see any, but maybe the new administration will put a little thumb down and get that a little bit better.
Let's hope.
Yeah. Both years saw about 16,000 in transactions. The last year before 2023 that we had less than 17,000 transactions was all the way back in 2015. So a lot lower sales than we saw, after 2015 leading up to this. The number of sales in 2024 was up 1.1% versus 2023. Median sales price is still strong with a 3.5% increase versus 2023. So median sales price for the area, this includes Charleston and everywhere, is $428,000. So
All right, so let's do a little math here because we often hear from people and say, "Okay, I want to wait until the mortgage rates go down," but
mhm,
then they don't. And
mhm.
so, if you have a $450,000 house times 0.035, if it continues the way it's going, that house will now cost, instead of 450 this year, it'll be 465 750 next year. So about a $15,750 increase if we kept it like a just under 4% year over year increase.
Mm.
So the question is, yes, you might be waiting for the prices to come down, but we know that the house prices are going to keep going up. So don't be too like, listen, mortgage rates are important, and that's actually what my quiz for you is about tonight. But there's more than that to the big picture.
So I'm going to share a chart that I got to kind of prove your point. Here's the median sales price year over year since 1991 to this past year. I don't see, besides this little thing right here, anything
Yep.
going down.
Yep.
And that
There's
was
that one little 2008,
2007, 2008
Yep.
timeframe. Yeah. So yeah, I think that proves your point for sure. And then this was the supply and demand chart, which I thought was interesting. Kind of just shows the gap between the red supply and the green demand. Just how many months of inventory is basically what
Now, that's a national number there.
this is a local Charleston number.
That's a local Charleston. Okay.
Yep. So there was only that gap in that 2007 to 2010 timeframe
Mm-hmm.
where there was more supply than there was demand. So prices, I don't see prices going down. That's for sure.
I don't.
All right. You wanted to talk about mortgage rates before we move on?
Yeah, it's a good time for your quiz. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. We'll pull up my cheat sheet here. So you and I have had this conversation several times because, and I think you're going to get into, you've got some homes this evening that might have a discounted mortgage rate on it.
Yes.
So I looked at a $400,000 loan at 7%, and it's currently, I think, like 703 or 707 today. So a monthly payment on a 7% $400,000 loan. So that would be like if you bought a $500,000 house, you put $100,000 down.
Okay.
Loan is 400, is $2,661 a month. If you had a 5% rate, which we have a bunch of builders offering a 5% rate, that same $400,000 loan would cost you what? 2,661 down to what? You can give me the dollar amount of the monthly payment or the decrease in price between the two numbers.
I'm gonna guess here. So it was 2,600.
Yep, 2,661.
And with is that with taxes and insurance or without?
No, that's just that's mortgage principal and interest.
Okay. So I'm gonna guess around 1,800, so about an $800 difference.
It is less than. It's $2,147 for a $514 difference.
Okay.
So if you were to buy a resale in Cane Bay for $500,000, put $100,000 down, end up with a $400,000 loan, and you paid a regular conventional rate, you would be $514 more per month than if you bought, the same home that was brand new that had a rate buy down on it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So $6,000+ a year difference.
Wow.
If you can get a rate buy down.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And that would be not money out of your pocket because the builder or the seller is offering that.
Yeah.
So you literally saved yourself thousands of dollars.
And it's not like we haven't, this isn't like some, retail store that just increases the price. We see what these house prices came on the market at, and we can see the decrease in the house prices. So it's not like they're just increasing the house price and then giving you a better mortgage rate. A lot of these they've dropped the price of the house and they're buying down the rate to 4.99.
That's beautiful. Now,
right people it is.
how long do you think that will last? Because we're already seeing a little bit of uptick of people calling, people starting to come. Like, I've got a feeling this March through October is going to be really busy.
Yeah, I think we'll see less of that. Obviously, when the housing, there's certain times a year that people end up moving the most. April, May, June, July, August, those kind of months. So if there's enough demand that they're not ending up with extra inventory, then the first thing they're going to do is stop offering these rates. They still may have decreases in the prices of the house, but they'll stop offering these because these rates, that's an expensive loan to buy down.
Oh yeah,
that's probably a
30 grand.
I was at least 20, I bet.
Okay,
that's a big number for them to buy down.
Yeah, supply and demand, though, right? That's
As listen, if they've got 10 houses in a neighborhood that are active and ready to go, and they thought they would have sold 5 by now, and they didn't, they start making deals.
And all of those deals may kind of relate to this because this past week, the 17th through the 23rd, properties that went under contract, and if we look at the whole month of January compared to last January, it's not impressive. This January is not impressive so far yet. We're a little bit behind, to be honest. So we had 163 single-family homes that went under contract for a median price of $550. All right. So how many of those 163, Jeff, were over 1 million? So I want to give the audience some time to answer this too. So throw your number down in the chat. But out of 163 single-family homes that went under contract, how many of those do you think went over 1 million? So we'll come back to that.
Now, remember, last week I won against everybody that put a guess in. I won, so I have to defend my record here this week. I'll give you my number. It's 21 this week.
21. All right, let's give everybody else a chance. 21. Can you get closer than 21? And it's just closer. We decided last week there's no over-under rules.
We're not doing Price is Right rules.
Yeah, just whoever's
closest.
Yeah. So of those 163, 68 of them were Somerville, Ladson, Hanahan, Goose Creek, Moncks Corner, where we are up here. The Hanahan, Goose Creek, Moncks Corner market was a median of 403. Somerville, Ladson a little bit less because Ladson is normally less at 385. So $200 a square foot compared to $219 a square foot. Of those 163, here's a little cheating too. Only 3 of them were under 250,000.
All right.
Okay. What else? 27 Mount Pleasant homes sold. I already said 36 and 32, and then we have 45 condo townhomes that were above and beyond those.
How many Mount Pleasant homes sold?
27.
Oh boy, my number might be low. That's all right. I'm sticking with it. 23.
All right.
Or did I say 21?
Let's see. I think we got a couple comments. Let's see. So we've got a 27 from
23.
Valerie. You said 21?
I forget if I said 21 or 23.
Okay.
Let's go 22. It's right in the middle.
22. All right.
I'm going to write it down. I'm keeping track of things on my notepad here.
Brian's got his whole family listed here.
Courtney's got 14.
Courtney's 14. Brian says 35.
All right.
Pamela says 34.
Yep.
Lisa is on.
Lisa's going low.
18. All right. So the real number was 32.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I think Pamela won.
No, look. There it was.
Lies.
You sleep on a bed of lies.
Yeah. So I think Pamela.
Good job, Pam.
So Pamela will have to get you a Charleston Area Living cup or something.
Pam gets a cookie.
Yeah. We'll get you a signed autograph from Jeff, a picture of Jeff.
Oh yeah, all the ladies want that, buddy.
Pamela Price is right in there. That's the deal. Awesome.
Right now, Brian, if people don't know how Price is Right works, they're like clueless as to how that was a horrible thing back in Price is Right. Bob, I want to bet $2,812, and then somebody comes in $2,811. That's a horrible thing to do.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't show the all the snow we got. Let me show that real quick.
Yeah.
So we got, this is my neighborhood in the Oaks here in Cane Bay. Up here at the top is Del Webb Cane Bay, and then this is the Oaks all in here. And this was probably around 10 o'clock, I guess, because the sun came out after I did the first drone. So I was like,
this would have been Wednesday, the night after we did the day after we did the live last week. Okay.
Right. So that's my pool right there. Jeff said it looks like there's 2 penguins out there, but there's a big hill here that was kind of like a berm for privacy almost that they put in. And the whole neighborhood, as you can see, was out here on that hill. So as I was flying the drones, I was cracking up because there were people falling and sliding and sledding. And then there were 2 dogs in the snow fighting each other over here. Like they're like, yoo-hoo! And then out on the street over here, there was somebody with a golf cart that had a sled tied to it, and they were pulling their kids around the neighborhood because obviously nobody was driving on it,
Yeah, we heard tale of some redneck hillbilly stuff going on.
Oh yeah,
with golf carts around, pulling everything from baking pans to my pastor in church on Sunday said he saw or heard of somebody being pulled around in a suitcase.
Yeah.
Now pay attention, you Northerners. Look at that hill that Mark called out a hill. Like that is all you get here in the Low Country for a hill. That's as good as it gets.
This right here is the highest elevation in all south of Columbia right here.
Yeah, that's 63 feet right there, and the rest of Somerville is about 60.
Yeah, and this was, as Lisa said, this was only 3 inches. 3 inches of snow.
Reagan and Riley both went out and did some snow angels and threw snow at each other for a few minutes, but Riley stayed out for like 5 hours on Wednesday.
Good for her.
And it was really cold.
Yeah.
My little Southern girls, we didn't have gloves, so they put my socks on their hands for gloves.
Yeah.
That's pathetic.
Valerie said, how many residents have snow shovels?
I lost mine.
You lost yours?
I don't know where it went.
Jeff probably was the only one for his neighborhood.
Probably. I had one last time, and somewhere in the last 8 years I've lost it.
Yeah. People were using brooms to get their snow off their cars, and
I tried to use the leaf blower, but that didn't work because it kind of crusted over really fast because there was some sleet in there also.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't it didn't really work.
Yeah, as Lisa said, the whole area shut down for days. So
I had to go over to one of our listings, and there was a big icy snowbank on the front porch. The people couldn't get to the front door, so I had to go over. I got the hammer that we use to pound the yard signs in, and I was breaking up the ice with that. And then I found a rake in their garage, and I was using the rake and the hammer to get the ice off the front porch.
Yeah, I'm glad you texted me after. I was worried about you. All right, so we talked a little bit about this already, but just to throw up some numbers here. So incoming for 2024, I'm sorry, July 2023 into July 2024. Let's see if I make that bigger. South Carolina was the third biggest net domestic migration. So this is people going out minus the people coming in, and we had a positive 68,000. Texas was first with 85,000. North Carolina was second with 82,000. Florida came right behind us with 64,000. I know you were saying U-Haul, for them, their stats, South Carolina was actually number 1, you said, right, Jeff?
Yep.
And then the biggest decrease, I could have guessed at least 4 of these.
Yeah, that's our clients.
Illinois threw me off a little bit because we haven't had as many from there, but all of these other states is exactly where our clients are coming from for sure.
We've had a lot of Massachusetts lately.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. And then let me see if I can show the map. So here's the map across the nation. Look, California had negative 240,000 people. That's a lot. New York, negative 121.
We've had a lot in New York lately.
Yeah. There's your Illinois, negative 56. Rhode Island, for Lisa, Rhode Island was negative 305. So I think you're one of those 305, Lisa. Connecticut was negative 6,000. So it's definitely northeast, far west.
Is Hawaii on there? I was curious if Hawaii was up or down.
Alaska. Hawaii was negative 9,000.
Okay. I had a friend that just moved there, so I was curious about that.
And then Alaska was negative 3,000.
Well, that map is really reminiscent of our business. That's for sure.
Yeah. Valerie said, my husband and I will be leaving Massachusetts as soon as we can. Yes, that's where I came from.
Come on down.
She goes, I got to jump off, but we'll schedule a Zoom soon. Good night. Good night.
Talk soon, Valerie.
All right, let's get into some of those neighborhoods that we talked about today.
Yeah.
So Carnes was the big one. You live in Carnes. Carnes was the big one that has some big discounts, right?
Yeah. So this is just especially in big neighborhoods. So Carnes, and then sometimes over in Summers Corner, and then Lindera in Cane Bay. When you've got a builder that is probably building, 20 houses a month or whatever it is, sometimes they get a little backed up on inventory and they start really cutting some deals. And that seems to be the case in Carnes right now.
So some of these were 80 to 100,000 less than the original price. So this says dropped 14,000, but that's just their recent drop. If you look over on the Carnes site, you can see this one here was originally 519 and it dropped all the way to 424.
Wow. That's $95,000.
Yeah. 530 to 435, 531 to 436. So they are trying to make some deals for sure here in Carnes. Like, I don't know if you remember, Jeff, but 6 months ago, you couldn't find a house less than 495 in there.
Yep. And I think it's just some of it's time of year, I would guess. I mean, if a builder's going to be building, I'm making up a number, but 20 homes a month, they're going to build 20 homes a month all 12 months of the year.
Yeah.
And so the holidays slow things down. The mortgage rates have slowed things down. And then, we have an ice storm and the holidays and all this together. And so they're sitting a little fat in inventory right now, and maybe a good time.
Yeah. So that was one of the neighborhoods that I wanted to bring up. Meritage is the other one. You were talking today, and actually we'll have a whole video on two of these floor plans. But this house right here, 320, I think it was, or no, 316 Comwater. We walked this house today, got some video of it, so be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
But this one's 499, 990, so 500,000. And what was the interest rate on it, Jeff?
That one was one of the ones that was 499. Mm-hmm. And then there was one that was two doors down that was about 530, I think.
523, yep.
Okay, and that one had a 499 interest rate also.
Yeah. And now those rates, especially in this neighborhood, because it's a little bit smaller right now, those rates could be gone tomorrow.
I think for sure.
The builder sets a certain number of dollars aside for those rate buy downs. And if Myrtle Beach takes it, then it's gone, right?
Yeah. And those two houses specifically we just talked about are on some of the best lots in all of Cane Bay.
Mm.
They're backed up to the lake with just a very beautiful property. We've had a couple people in that neighborhood recently really liking it. I think we've got some that just aren't ready to pull the trigger yet. They're going to be in one of the next phases that they do. But a lot of houses over there backed up to woods or water, and the ones that are backed up on the lake. I mean, getting into Cane Bay at 500,000, and that was a nice little ranch. Remember how many square feet that one was?
Just under 1,800, I think.
Just under 18. It had 2 bedrooms in the front, and then a full bath, and then a living room, and a nice size primary bedroom suite, and then a gorgeous back porch. And the other cool thing they're doing on their back porches is they're actually doing wood porches, so it's not just a concrete slab.
I was trying to pull up some of the drone from there. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this will kind of show it. All right, so let me share. So this is the back of the neighborhood here. What trees did they take down? It wasn't these.
I think at the bottom left of the screen,
right here,
is where they were cutting a couple of trees today.
Okay. Got it. And then so they're going to be coming around here soon because they've got all this front section done. So they started, right about here somewhere. And
so those trees on the left of that waterway there. So on the right, as you're coming in the left side of the street, that's the houses we're talking about, right? So you're looking through those trees out to the lake. And what's cool is you can look down the lake to the left, and then it also goes straight across. So it's a really good location.
Yeah, love it, love it, love it. All right. Let me go back. So the other neighborhood I pulled up was Homecoming. Sydney sent out something today that she also had some 499 rate buy downs.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got one as low as 398 in there, it looks like. Was it on that one? I believe it was on that one, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Actually, I might have it. Here we go.
They've got some townhouses over there also.
Yeah, 4.99% rate. As long as it closes by the end of the month, which is only a few days, but still, if you're ready to pull the trigger,
$390 goes under contract by the end of the month.
Yeah, under contract. Yep. 398, 409. And these are big houses, 1,690 square feet, 2,100 square feet, a 2,300 square footer for 441.
Yep.
And then 3,600 square footer for 540. So they're doing the rate buy down on these because these are almost done.
Hey, I think scroll down those other 2 that are outside of that.
Yeah.
Those are in Nexton.
Okay.
And so I think I remember saying that she could get a rate buy down on those 2 also.
Fantastic.
So you got 2 of them here in Nexton and 5 of them over, or 4 or 5 over in Homecoming.
And Sydney's a good person for sure.
We like us some Sydney.
Yes. All right. And then one other neighborhood, Sheep Island. We just put out a video about this. So if you haven't seen that video yet, check it out. Super close to Nexton, although not part of Nexton, right, Jeff?
Yeah. That's the one that we went to and our mics didn't work and we had to go back.
It is. Yes.
Yeah. So that was this is Horton's kind of higher end line of homes. They're doing hardy plank siding, really nice models. They're going to have a great amenity center over there. It is right outside of Nexton, so we can't advertise it as being in Nexton. And most importantly, you cannot go to all the places that we always talk about in Nexton by golf cart living here. But it's also about $100,000 less than a comparable house that's in Nexton.
Right, right. And some of them are interesting, right? So this is a 1-car garage, 1-car garage, 1-car garage. Then we've got some 2-car garages. We've even got one on here with no car garage. So really different layout. I know some of them have the detached garage kind of back and behind it almost. Mm-hmm. So really interesting layout, different plans, not as cookie cutter maybe as some of the other ones because of the garage differences. I thought that was interesting.
One thing I don't like a detached garage because most of them, the way it is, if you ever want to have a dog and you want to fence in your backyard, you end up having to put the fence across the driveway. Yeah. And so you have to go open that gate to get back to your garage every time you're in and out of the house. if you want the backyard to be fenced. If you never plan on having a dog and you don't care about fencing in your backyard, it's not a big deal.
Right.
But I just don't like the detached garages for that because I've always had a puppy dog.
So Brian asked, what part of Nexton were those 2 true homes in? So Brian, I'm going to pull up the map real quick. Let me orient you here. So, a little too fast. This is the Publix right up by Cane Bay. This is the start of Nexton over by Cane Bay. True Homes is this neighborhood right in here. And it is called North Creek Village. And by the way, they just put in the light here at the end of this road.
Yeah, thank
There was
God.
a lot of accidents there for a while. So they've got a light that's working there now. So that was a awesome addition. But all the new homes are here on this back section right here.
Brian, from where you're at there in that neighborhood, if you wanted to golf cart to restaurants and grocery store and so on, you're actually going to be going over to the Cane Bay area. Even though you're in Nexton, that's a lot closer right there by golf cart than getting down to where the new Harris Teeter and Publix and all the new shops are.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's probably, if you were to golf cart all the way down Nexton Parkway, which you can, super wide path for running, biking, walking, and golf carting. I bet you it's a good, 10, 15 minutes, Jeff? To
By
get
golf cart? Yeah, probably.
I would say 15 minutes to get to the Harris Teeter and all of that.
How about today? We were driving. We did some video over that direction today. We were coming back and we saw somebody pull off the path, kind of in the middle of nowhere there next on their golf cart.
Yeah.
And pulled out a blanket with their puppy dog and just sat there by the lake.
Yeah, it was somewhere right in here. And they just kind of hung out.
Yeah, just hanging out with the dog.
Nothing
Took
wrong
the
with
dog for a ride. I wish I'd get my dog. I tried to get Cheetah on the golf cart. It didn't go well.
No. She was
No,
like,
she did not want any parts of it.
she's like, I don't trust your driving, Dad. I'm so sorry.
I'm a very good driver.
You are. You're much better than I am.
I didn't say that.
But you are. And those are all the communities I had up. Were there other ones, Jeff, that you thought of? I can pull them up real quick.
I wonder if I wonder what Lindera's doing. If they've got if they're sitting a little fat on inventory over in Lindera, maybe take a peek at that.
Okay.
And then I know that we talked with a client about the Starlight Homes, the Ashton Woods Starlight neighborhood there. They had some rates available, and they were a little bit more of a starter home, but over there in Cane Bay. And we did some math for a client the other day and got them in. They were going to be able to get into with about $12,000 down total. They were going to be in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house for everything out the door, like taxes and everything, I think, for $2,100 and change a month. So just a couple $100 more than what they were going to be paying for rent for the same size, or actually a little house, a little bigger for rent, and they would own it instead of just throwing away money on rent, because they had some rate buy downs over there also.
So in Cane, I just pulled up Cane Bay altogether. New construction, there's 100 properties. Pull that up. Okay. So 100 properties. So Starlight Homes, here's one of them you were talking about right here. You know what? Let me do price low to high. So the lowest are a bunch of townhomes. These are D.R. Horton in Pine Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Super cool amenity center, 2 big pools, slide for the kids.
The only water slide in Cane Bay, right?
Yeah, the only water slide in Cane Bay. And you're following up with that pretty soon.
Yep. One coming in Carnes.
So lots of homes in Pine Hills. And then DRB, so Summerwind Crossing, one of the lowest price homes that new construction is in Summerwind Crossing, which is targeted 55 plus. It's not restricted. That's that traveler plan that you like, Jeff.
Yeah.
Coming at 380.
Cute little house.
Yeah. I haven't seen one under 4 there. Beezer's got one in Jasmine Point. They're finishing up that neighborhood. There's probably 5-6 homes left, maybe in that
Probably.
neighborhood. I think when I saw the sheet, Lindera was out of inventory right now, Jeff.
Okay.
So I don't
So
see that.
Lennar is really running behind in some of the neighborhoods because Summers Corner's out of inventory. You're really close, right?
Yeah, and so is Horizons. And Jeff, I don't know if you saw this one. I'm going to pull this one up too. This is in Four Seasons.
Okay.
Original price was like $540,
Wow.
and it's down to $410 because it's all completed. What?
Look at you having decided your own website.
Let me fix that. Hang on.
See, what you guys don't know is this frustrates Mark more than anything.
Yes. Why?
Having to sign into his own website.
So frustrating. Yeah, so Four Seasons, brand new, 1747 square feet, 2 bedrooms. If I remember correctly, this one has a berm behind it. Super nice kitchen layout. This is not the actual home because I remember it didn't look at a house on the side.
Okay, they're just using other pictures.
They're just using it. But yeah, $410, Jeff.
It's a good price in there.
Yeah.
And that would be 2 bedrooms plus a den office flex space type thing.
Right.
In addition to the 2 bedrooms. So it could work as a 3rd bedroom.
And then let's see what else we got here. Tidewater is out there, $570.
Tidewater's got a lot of inventory coming.
Mm-hmm. D.R. Horton. Where's that one? Oh, Rowley Lane. They're finishing up Lockton. So they've got some houses over in Lockton.
That's Mungo, right?
That is Mungo, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Another one in under 500,000 in Summerwind Crossing. Another one for 440 in Summerwind Crossing. So lots of inventory in Cane Bay. Maybe not so much with the rate buy downs, but price cuts for sure.
And hey, you never know. We make a phone call. Sometimes, every now and then, we get lucky and we can get them to throw something in.
Right. All right,
hey,
Jeff.
Can we show our listings? Because we have a new listing this week.
Yes. I think I have them pulled up actually. There we go.
There we go.
So Kings Grant, this is our newest one, right?
Yep, Kings Grant is a great location. A lot of people really like this neighborhood, and it's over on the Dorchester Road side of Somerville. It's close to the airport. It's close to shopping. It's a much more mature neighborhood. A lot of people come down and they say, hey, listen, I don't want to be in a neighborhood, every house 20 feet apart, and have some more yard space and mature trees. That's absolutely what this house is. And this would be a great house for a pool in the backyard.
Yeah, so here's the backyard. The neighbor actually has a pool.
Yeah.
So you might not have to put one in if you become friendly with that neighbor.
Yeah.
And James did say he's pretty nice. So
yeah, there you go.
That might be it. But it does have a neighborhood pool you can join if you want to join.
Yeah.
And then you have a boat dock that has Ashley River access. It's down here somewhere, to be honest. But this is a big park. This used to be one of my favorite golf courses.
Mark is very sad about this.
Yes. This where all this water was, there was a big green right here. And so
I wonder how long it took them with a garden hose to fill that in.
You think they did it with a garden hose?
I don't know. I mean, how else do you do it?
But there's this is a big park now that's part of the HOA, and there's all kinds of wildlife out here. I'm sure there's deer, hawks, eagles, ospreys, all kinds of stuff. Super cool. But you can still see the golf cart paths.
Yep. And that house is priced really well. That house, somebody's going to probably go in there, put some new carpet down, maybe do a paint job in there, but it's priced appropriately at $350.
Yeah,
heck of a deal.
Super nice. And then we still get the St. George house. This is awesome, built in 1900s, early 1900s, like
gorgeous house, just gorgeous.
4692 square feet.
Enormous.
If that one stays on the market much longer, somebody's got to buy it because my wife's going to make me buy that one. And
Yeah, almost 2 acres.
yeah. And then we've got a townhouse, a good starter home, 228.
Yeah, that is 3 minutes down the road from the first house.
Mm-hmm.
And that has new, let me think about this, new dishwasher, new refrigerator, new paint, and all new carpets in there.
And Mike, was there a microwave? No microwave.
The microwave is no, there's not.
Then we've got another nice one priced appropriately, 1,700 square feet, 365. That's Robin's listing.
Yep.
And then this is up by Santee. It's in Ellery. It's about 45 minutes here from Somerville, and it has a waterfall in the back. You're 10 minutes from the state park. You're right on Lake Marion, not right on, but you can golf cart to Lake Marion. You're 3 golf courses within 15 minutes.
Golf cart there in and never leave the neighborhood.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Back through the woods, they got a pavilion back there and a boat launch, and we took a golf cart ride with the owner of this one back to the woods. It was beautiful.
Super cool. So yeah, we've got all of those still available for people. All right, Jeff, we got a few minutes left. I don't want to jump into anything new. So let me just kind of talk about some of the articles about which cities were top to move to in the entire country. So Myrtle Beach was number 1 in the U.S.
Well, Mark, that's very interesting because isn't there a new wonderful YouTube channel that's got some Myrtle Beach videos on it?
Yeah, I found it. It's this one right here. They look a lot like us.
A couple good-looking guys there.
Yeah. So Living in Carolina is our newest YouTube channel. And we've got 3 or 4 Myrtle Beach videos on here. You're going to see some Greenville videos on here eventually. You'll see 1 or 2 Somerville, one from the Bluffton area. So we're going to really start showcasing some videos across the state on here because we have teams in all the areas to help.
There's 2 there in Myrtle that were really interesting. That Del Webb is very nice. You can get to the beach by golf cart from that Del Webb. So that's really cool.
Yes.
And then that other neighborhood was beautiful, man. That and some of the coolest models.
Yeah.
Remember that model row they have there? It's really nice.
That's this Bridgewater right up by Little River.
Who's the builder? Is that which builder is that? Do you remember?
Nope.
I don't remember. It's a name that we don't have here in Somerville.
Yeah.
But great looking home and great neighborhood.
Yep. Meritage has some Creekside Point up there as well in Little River. So these were all close to like waterfront dining. You can take the casino boat out on the river and, have some gambling going on. Super cool.
So go and subscribe to that channel too if you want to see those. They'll pop up. We're doing 1 video a week up there.
Yep. And then
all over the state.
So this is just another article that ranked South Carolina as 3rd among the most popular destinations, according to a new study. United Van Lines was the one for this one. So 27% of the people were moving to the Palmetto State to retire. 18% were seeking a lifestyle change. We hear that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And 8% moved for an improved cost of living. Yeah, I mean, coming from a lot of the northern states, Northeast, California, our cost of living is way better, for sure. So I think that tops our hour. Do you have any final closing arguments or statements?
No, just say a prayer for me. I'm going down to Disney tomorrow. We're staying. Andrea was all excited. We were going to stay at Art of Animation, and so she got a suite there, but then she ended up switching us over just a couple days ago. We're staying at one of the All Stars because she got 2 rooms. I think they're going to be connecting, so 2 rooms together. And we were going to save like $800 compared to the one suite at the Art of Animation Studio.
That's probably worth it.
Yeah, for 2 rooms.
Yeah.
Because the kids are teenagers now, and those rooms down there are a little small sometimes for 4 people.
Right.
But we're going to go to Epcot on Thursday and Disney on Friday. And then Saturday, we're going to just go do, I don't know what they'll drag me to, probably Downtown Disney. I don't think it's called Downtown Disney anymore.
It's not, but I can't think of what it's called.
Yeah, we'll go walk around there for a while. And it'll be fun to spend time with the family. And I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too. But I'm just a phone call away if you get sad.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And I'm sure I'll text you and say.
Yeah, we typically talk about 4 times a day, even when one of us is away.
Yeah, even when we're in the middle of the ocean.
Yes, that is also true.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks so much for watching and for joining. Definitely let us know if you have any questions. You can email us at info@CharlestonAreaLiving. But the best way is to book a Zoom call with us so that we can jump on and figure out what's the lifestyle you want to live for the budget that you're looking to live that for. And then we can try to match you to the perfect area, whether it's here in the Charleston, Somerville area or up at Myrtle Beach or Greenville. One of our guys is going up to Greenville to live up there and still be part of the team. So we'll have direct access to him as well. So no matter where you're going, we would love to help you. Until next time, we will see you next Tuesday. Scan the little code here on the closing video. Have a great one, everybody.
See y'all.